Ready.
Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Richland County Board of Commissioners now in session. I'm Commissioner Tony Vero, joined by Commissioners Banks and Mears. We have our senior clerk, Stacy Crawl, the Richland Area Chamber and Economic Development Director, Ellen Hines, Carl Hunnell's upgrade, Hayden Gray, and Andrew Keller. Ellen's been here long enough to know, and we know when we see Ellen, we need to hide our wallets like we did Captain Jim Sweat and some other people. So it didn't take her long to follow in the footsteps of Jody Perry in asking for more money. So I presume Ellen's here to ask for more money today.
Yes, indeed, I am. We want to thank the Richland County Commissioners for their great support of our organization and our economic development efforts. As I mentioned at a report when we were here a few weeks ago, the Richland Area Chamber and Economic Development covers Richland Area Chamber, Richland Community Development Group, and also the Education Foundation. And due to some opportunities to grow our team with some technical expertise and expand our economic development efforts, we are respectfully requesting an additional $15,000 for added economic development support. And that's it.
So if I am a taxpayer,
Right.
in case anyone's listening, or for Hayden, and the taxpayer says, well, what is or are the taxpayers going to get for their additional $15,000 for that investment? What would your answer be?
Expanded technical expertise and growth in our economic development efforts. And I'm glad you asked that because currently that $100,000 covers economic development support, community development support, workforce development support, executive leadership, my time, as well as being able to host events like the Economic Development Forecast Breakfast and Economic Development Forums throughout the community throughout the year. So this would help add on to that to help expand our technical expertise.
By how?
By
Those are a lot of words, Ellen.
by
The taxpayers are listening.
That's right.
Hayden might write an article here about the county investing more in economic development. Not giving you a homework assignment, but
Sure.
but that was a lot of talking to say. I still don't know what we're getting for the 15,000.
Well, I think due to rising cost, definitely, even though we are highly grateful for the contribution that you already make, that's that amount actually buys a whole team effort for economic development. So those costs are rising, which don't incomplete cover those costs. But really today I'm here to help us grow our technical expertise and bring in additional training and team growth opportunities for our efforts. So yes.
When we say this 15,000
Yes.
and you talk about expertise, are we
Yes.
talking about someone who has done similar things that we want to do here in Richland County?
Thank you. I appreciate that opportunity. Yes. So we have an open position that we're filling of economic development project manager, and we are at the final stages of making that selection. But in addition to that, we would like to bring in some technical expertise in regards to financing and technical expertise. So for initiatives in regards to redevelopment opportunities, site control, and really some of this is very specific to individuals who've worked in that arena for a long time. So that's what we would build on, looking at what the community's strategic priorities are, and then finding some additional expertise to bring in to help us fill that gap.
We're not talking technology. We're talking about a human being
Exactly.
that's done similar things in similar
Communities and it has with a successful track record. Yes.
Now the $100,000 payment, I looked on our system this morning. That comes due in the fall. So when is the ask? When would this actually goes to the Richland County Development Group, not the chamber, although it's the same thing. When would the request, because I show we usually pay around August or September, give or take, when you guys bill us. When would the timing of the additional 15 grand need to hit?
If possible, it would be great to have that within the next month, just so that we can help build that capacity now rather than waiting until the summertime.
Stacy, what's in contingency right now?
120,000.
So I would say what we would recommend if we approve it to come out of contingency.
And you have candidates in mind, I would imagine.
Yes, we do.
All right, then, at this time, I'll ask for motion that the commissioners approve an additional $15,000 out of contingency to the Richland County Development Group for economic development in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code.
So moved.
Second,
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes,
Commissioner Mears.
yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
there you go.
Wonderful.
Draft an addendum to our contract, because technically that has to flow through contract.
Right.
We'll get it prepped for the commissioners and game.
Great. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And I look forward to coming back in a few months and updating you on that progress. Thank you.
Need another ask for more money. We speak change.
That's what you.
I mean, that's.
Hey.
I speak for director. Did you hear that?
If we call you captain, you'll just remember why.
Right.
That's right.
Update. I'll be back to update you, which is code.
That's part of the mid-year update, so.
All right, Ellen, well, we look
So
forward
much.
to your request for more money in a couple months. So,
Well, thank you so much. I really greatly appreciate it.
okay, let's move on to logistical items before 9:45. I do have some minutes corrections to propose. If we could start at tape 0.06.00. The minutes say the proposal came from a committee of EMA Director Rebecca Ohms, Mansfield Fire Chief, and himself, meaning Chief Justice. I actually don't think the committee formally proposed this. I would say the committee discussed this proposal because I think there was some miscommunication as to whether or not they were going to formally propose that. So I would like the minutes to reflect that the committee discussed this proposal. Then on tape 0.13.11, I just think says proceedings for February 11th, 2025 under the solar and wind discussion. I believe it should not be capital because if it's a new sentence, it's certainly not a full sentence. Because otherwise it just says under the solar and wind discussion. So I would just move that we add that to the sentence before. So those would be my amendments.
I'll move with amendments.
Second.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right. Motion to approve requisition.
Second.
Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right, next we have a request from Richland County Children's Services to dispose of a vehicle, and it's actually a relatively new vehicle. It's a 2024 Honda hit in an accident through no fault of the agencies. Little bit of background, I'm working with Andrew Keller on that to figure out what is going on. It appears the individual who hit the Children's Services vehicle was charged with some traffic violations. My understanding is said person who hit the vehicle was unlicensed and was not even driving a car that she owned. So I'm trying to determine the way that the county can go about getting restitution, and there seems to be some conflicting stories as to the best manner to do that. But regardless, as I work with Andrew, as I just found out about this morning, not that I should have known, we need to at least total out the vehicle. So I'll ask for a motion that we total out the vehicle, and then Andrew and I will continue to look at restitution options.
604 miles.
I seen that.
I'm not, that's why I made some calls on that, and there's some conflicting stories, and Andrew and I are working on it, so.
So moved.
Second, I'm glad you're working.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have a request from the maintenance department. We discussed this earlier. This is a request for overtime. It's a resolution to approve overtime. And this is on the JFS reconfiguration project. They would be doing moving cubicles, patching drywalls, prepping and painting, rehanging doors. So this is all part of that project. May we have a motion to approve the overtime resolution?
Second.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right, Hayden, before we recess for 5 minutes, any question?
The only question I had, because it was probably something probably happened before I've been attending, usually the 100,000 with the chamber, is that just an additional like a contract that you were mentioning?
So we contract with them for $100,000 a year for economic development services, which includes a body, a person, and just economic development functions. That person went over to the city's paying, and that person has moved over more in a city-focused role. So I believe, I want to be careful not to speak for Ellen. I think they're looking at maybe two individuals with more hours in full than a full-time person, but two part-time individuals with more hours than one full-time equivalent. But I don't want to speak because she hasn't made all those decisions yet. But that's
That's my understanding.
our understanding.
Okay, yeah, I figured that was probably something.
And if you spoke chamber, you could tell she wants more money too, but we want to see how the extra 15 shakes out before she asks for more money.
Thank you, that answers.
Yes, sir. All right, we will recess for 4 minutes. 1969.
Oh, so I get 6.
Okay, we are back in session, joined by several people. We'll actually have them go around the room. This is a good thing to discuss. Sue Dell now has 50 years of service with Richland County. And before we went live here on the record, I told her that's not a big deal because Deb Conklin at JFS is laughing at her, who has 56. So,
I got 6 years to go.
got 6 more years to catch up. So, but before we read a proclamation in honor of her great service, please guess if you could introduce yourself for our friends in the media and the minutes.
Ken Eastep with the Richland County Veteran Service Commission.
Sue?
Oh, Susan Dow.
Joshua Hurl, Commissioner, Richland County Veteran Service Commission.
Larry Korn, Service Commissioner, Richland County Veteran Service Commission.
And I'm Doug Thaker, President of the Richland County Veteran Service Commission.
Deborah Robinson, Veteran Service Commission Secretary. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Sue, where you want the proclamation? Let me just read it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have a proclamation today from our office. Whereas the Richland County Board of Commissioners, in conjunction with the staff of the Richland County Veteran Service Commission, honor the 50th anniversary of Susan J. Dell's service to the agency in Richland County, February 18th, 2025. And whereas Sue began her career with the Veteran Service Commission on February 18th, 1975, as a front desk secretary and now serves as the Commission Administrative Assistant and Secretary to the Executive Director. And whereas Sue's loyalty and dedication to the commission is exemplary, and whereas she has a deep love and passion for our veterans and helping wherever she can, including helping with the honor bus trips and spearheading numerous projects to honor the life and service of Richland County veterans. And whereas Sue's dedication to veterans also goes beyond the workplace, as she is a devoted member of the Ladies Auxiliary of the VFW Post 3494. Now, therefore, be it resolved, we, the Richland County Board of Commissioners, proclaim our sincere appreciation for Susan J. Dell as we honor and recognize her 50 years of service to Richland County on February 18th, 2025. And we have hereto set our hand and seal this 18th day of February, 2025.
Yeah.
Beach.
Speech. Things are a lot different than when I started. Because we had no computers, just typewriters. So it was,
What are your plans for the next 50? So if Hayden does an article here, he can.
okay. I have no plans on retiring at the moment. Of course, I have a board that keeps telling me I can't retire, so. But as long as I'm able to help a veteran, that's my priority.
You have always been friendly and a joy to work with, and you answer all of our pain in the butt questions, so particularly mine. So I just want to thank you on behalf of Richland County. 50 years at one place is it's a rarity.
Yeah.
Let alone in today's day and age where people leave jobs regularly. It shows dedication, obviously hard work, and just an ability to adjust with the times. So thank you so much, and look forward to the next 50 with you.
Okay.
We appreciate your service very much.
Yeah.
50 years is most people a lifetime of work, and
Yeah. I enjoy what I do most of the time till, commissioners ask me these difficult questions, but
So who was your favorite director during that time? I'm kidding.
well, it would be a tie between Nick Engel and Ken Eastep.
Okay.
Because it took me 3 directors for Ken to finally listen to me and start the project on the old soldiers ground. I tried 2 directors before him, and I talked to him about it and we just ran with it.
So it sounds like your favorite director is based on how much they listen to you.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Did a great job,
Yeah,
all of you out there.
that is awesome.
Thank you.
Just let me add my thanks as well. And 50 years is a long time, but for the cause of veterans, I couldn't think of us
Thank you.
and your career.
Yep.
Thank you for all you've done.
That to honor my dad. He was a World War II vet and
Right.
my brothers were Vietnam vets and my nephew is still in the Air Force now. So my great nephew and my nephew retired from the Air Force. So do it as an honor to them, mostly my dad.
Well, don't go anywhere because Hayden may have a couple questions. Hayden, you have any questions?
I would probably just say, obviously, they've all recognized that 50 years is an incredible amount of time to commit to somewhere. Is there a piece of suggestion you would offer to people on how you can last that long or any keys to success?
Just go with the flow, you may not agree with everything that you're told to do, but you just do your job the best you can and
You want to tell them what you didn't agree with?
oh, I don't have enough time for that.
Well, Sue, thank you. We look forward to working with you again. Thank you for always answering all the questions to us. It's very helpful. I know you guys are in a different building, but whenever we
Yeah.
call, you're responsive and helpful and looking forward to working with you some more.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a recess for 8 minutes. They have one school. There's like 5 kids in a class. All right, we have our last appointment for the day. Joined by our wastewater director, Amanda Miller, has requested that we approve some agreements today. On deck first are 2 standard agreements that we have with King Office Services. We call them COSI. It's for our annual proactive maintenance and disaster recovery agreements. These are no price increases, which we like. So I will ask at this time for, what's that?
Price increase.
Oh, hold on.
Over last year, the terms didn't change, but the price went.
Okay, so I apologize. What's the increase?
4%? Wasn't it 4%?
It was around 10%.
Amanda, in the future, can you put that in your letter? I was trying to track down the prices. Sorry, miss.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So what was last year's then? When you said same terms. I've got the same terms all the way around, including cost.
It says here, but I think when we talked.
Hold on, I think.
I think it was around $7,000 last year.
Hold on.
I didn't bring the old contractor.
Trying to get into vendor central here. Munis doesn't want to work.
Annual payment, so we're talking $8,568.
Yes. Changes, we're upgrading our security.
Let's see here. Well, I show last year. Now, Amanda, are we looking at the 8,665 total for both then? No, that's 1,8,665. I'm trying to,
Other stations. The 856 or $8,568 is the annual total for the proactive agreement and
the disaster.
the recovery.
All right, so I showed 2 payments last year. I showed 3,713. Then I show a 5,525. So do you know what that?
Maybe 9238.
That's not right then.
No, it should have been 2 equal payments.
I'll show 2 equal payments to King Office Services. Do you know what they were?
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right, we'll skip that for a second, please. Next, we'll move on to the purchase of 7 new computers. Amanda, you have a request here for 8,665. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's the price for 7 new computers. They're Think Center computers. Most of our computers are outdated, and with the coming changes to Windows 11, they will not upgrade to that, posing a security risk. I'd like to get them upgraded. They're also looking into billing software upgrade, so we're trying to upgrade the computers so they can handle the new software.
Okay, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have a request from Amanda to approve an MOU with AFSMI. This is simply the extension of a probationary period from February 25th through May 30th of 2025.
So moved.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Banks,
Yes.
All right, and then I guess we'll take a quick recess to try to track down so we can let the minutes know what the increase would be. So we could take a quick recess here a second. And all right, we are back in session. We are not going to take any action at this time until we can just review last year's contract, see what any potential increases are so we can have it accurately reflect in the minutes. Certainly happy with King Office Services, so I don't anticipate there being any problems, but we need to at least get the correct amounts so we can report back. So no further action and we will
We do
recess.
the MOU?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and we will adjourn, excuse me, at 10:09.